So the trailer for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound at the Game Awards 2024 was something that was actually quite impressive. The animation and the gameplay looked like something you would see from Game Boy Advance. And I feel like this game is something that I think it's something that I guess like old school fans of Ninja Gaiden are probably going to be fans of because you look at Ninja Gaiden, it's been around since 1988, I want to say, and you look at the older games, all that stuff like that came out back in like the late 80s, early 90s seemed like it was more popular than anything we got after that. And of course, like the quality of some of the games got better during the 2000s decade, but it seems like people remember the classics more so than ever. And I can see why like the developers had decided to go back to the 2D side scrolling gameplay. And even though it's not 8-bit or anything like that, I do feel that it's something that kind of that's going to remind a lot of people of like the older Ninja Gaiden games from back in the day. And um and hopefully like this game is not going to be anywhere near as hard as the NES games, especially Ninja Gaiden 2, which a lot of people said was a nightmare and it was way more difficult than it had any business being. I wouldn't go on record and say it was as difficult as the Ninja Turtles game from the NES, but it was up there in terms of hard video games. But then again, a lot of NES games were tough back in the day. The developer for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is the Game Kitchen. It's going to be published by .mu, the same publisher that did Streets of Rage 4. So I'm pretty optimistic about this game and like how the quality is going to be and the gameplay and the storytelling and all that stuff. And and I do feel that it's going to be quite interesting because I think they decided to go with a new main character. His name is Kenji Mozu, and even though like the main character Hayabusa, he's in this game or not, he's not in the game, but he's like the story centers around him being absent, and you have this new. I guess ninja who steps up to the plate and basically is trying to protect the Hayabusa village, and I think my biggest fear is that, this new character probably won't be as popular as Ryu because, the whole series centered around Ryu Hayabusa and pretty much his adventures and all that stuff. And I don't know. I feel like for the most part, like when you look at Ninja Gaiden, um, there hasn't been too much, continuity with the franchise within the past decade or so because it's not like we've gotten a Ninja Gaiden game every other year or anything like that. And Ninja Gaiden hasn't really had any mainstream attention within the past like 2 decades or so, at least not to my knowledge. And I feel like at this point, Ninja Gaiden is pretty much niche for the most part. It's only going to appeal to a small percentage of those who are hardcore fans of the series or those who are looking to try something new that's from an older IP. But I do feel that, Ninja Gaiden, for the most part, this upcoming game is something that people could sink their teeth into, mainly because, like I said, like the animation looks like something out of like, out of a Netflix anime series like, Castlevania. That's exactly what, the animation, looked like to me anyways. And, and I feel like, the gameplay, I'm a bit shocked that they didn't like use a similar style for the gameplay in terms of animation because I believe like we had gotten a game back in 2012 called The Mark of the Ninja. I believe it was like a ninja based game, and that was a game that had more modernized, graphics and stuff like that. I honestly thought that .mu would have probably have gone that direction in terms of art style and all that, but it is what it is. Maybe this is something that will work, and it's something that will appeal to old school gamers who are fans of 2D side scrolling, adventure games. But I feel like, that particular genre has been obsolete for quite some time. And as far as sales is concerned, um, I could see this game doing at least 1 mil in sales, maybe one or two, probably like 1 mil because Ninja Gaiden, like I said, is become very niche over the years, and there are like so many other games at the Game Awards this year that I feel like blew this game out of the water. No offense to this particular game or take nothing away from it because it looks exciting, but I feel like this is a game that probably would have stood out more if it were being released this year opposed to next year. And as far as the game itself is concerned, it's going to be on multiple platforms like the PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and Steam, and it's supposed to be coming out next summer in 2025. But the official release date has not yet been revealed, and hopefully we'll learn more about that pretty soon. But a lot of people are looking forward to this game, and hopefully the game is going to be every bit as good as it looked in the trailer when it comes out next summer.